Hello everyone, Tim Hauer from Coastal Preps here for the last spring sports preview. This one will be track and field. Hope you've enjoyed the rest of them over the past couple days, and this will be the last one for the season. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to start with the boys, where Coastal Christian is coming off a state championship for it was their third title since 2018, so quite a dynasty over there in the Monkey Junction area for the Centurions, who returned a lot of talent from that team last year. Cameron Sumners was the state champion in the 800. Tyler Niloff was the state champion in the 1600. And then you've got Aiden Garrett, who finished third in the 400. Josh Cowell finished second in pole vault, and a terrific pole vaulter and hurdler, Carter Grace. So plenty of talent over there for Coastal Christian that I think probably will make them once again the favorite to claim an NCI SAA state title. Going to stay in the private schools for a terrific two-sport athlete at Cape Fear Academy, and that's Vitas Nasuedas. He is, like I said, a terrific basketball player, helped their basketball team win the conference tournament title this year, and make a nice deep run in the playoffs. And he's also an outstanding track athlete as well. He is the defending state champion in the shot put and triple jump, and then he placed fifth last year at the state championships in discus and high jump. So can compete and give points to the Hurricanes in 4 different events, and does them all really well. Over in the public schools, Hoggard is the 4-time Mid-Eastern Conference champion, so they will be looking for their 5th straight title when the championships take place in May. And leading the way for the Vikings, of course, always a great distance team because of how successful they are in cross country. So Luke Adams kind of leads that group of distance runners. Ethan Pan's a terrific pole vaulter, and then Jackson Travis came out as a freshman last year and cleared an area best 6'4" in the high jump. So now as a sophomore with a year under his belt, excited to see what he is able to do in the high jump. New Hanover's got some terrific sprinters in Brethen Barnhill and Awan Gary. Of course, if you recognize the name Brethen Barnhill, he was also on the football team, so another multi-sport athlete participating in track. And then a long jumper, Rashawn Simon, also for New Hanover, who will look to compete for one of the top spots in the Mid-Eastern Conference. Topsail's got a really good hurdler, probably the best hurdler in the area, and Tristan Reuter. He won the 300 distance at last year's Mid-Eastern Conference Championships and finished second behind Connor Poe in the 110 distance. Of course, Connor Poe now playing football in college, so with him now graduated, Tristan Reuter of Topsail, the top returning hurdler. Brewick Tucker from Ashley does a couple different events and does them both pretty well. He's a pole vaulter as well as a hurdler, so a bit unusual to see a pole vaulter compete maybe in some other events, but Brewick does it pretty well. And then in the 1A classification, Mecca Carr Bordeaux, who played football and basketball at Pender, also does track and is probably the area's top thrower. He was top 10 in both shot put and discus at last year's 1A state championship, so I know he would love to end his really great career with a state title. Head over to the girls' side now, where I am looking forward to this season and to see who can potentially come away with the Coastal Preps Track Athlete of the Year, because the last 2 are both fully healthy now and will certainly compete for that honor. Megan London won the title in 2021 as a freshman at New Hanover, was pretty injured last year and didn't really get to compete in too many events, so that kind of took her out of the running last year. And another freshman came onto the scene, Hannah Grace over at Coastal Christian, so she won it last year. So now both of them, with still 2 years remaining in Megan's case and 3 years remaining in Hannah's case, super excited to see. They'll compete against each other at least once in the New Hanover County Championships. So super excited to see what both of those ladies are able to do this year. Megan does a great job in multiple events. She's a sprinter. as well as a jumper, so she can really get it done. And Hannah Grace is already arguably the greatest female pole vaulter to ever come from Wilmington, or this area in general, the southeastern North Carolina area. She cleared 12.5 last year in the pole vault, which is as good as most of the boys in the area, and set a new area best. So my coverage area consists of Brunswick County, Pender County, and New Hanover County. So nobody has ever jumped, cleared a distance higher than 12.5, and she was able to do that last year. So she also triple jumps, high jumps, and long jumps. So scores a ton of points for Coastal Christian. With her leading the way, the Centurions finished second last year at the NCISAA state championships. That was their best finish in school history. So maybe Coastal Christian gets the double this year with the boys winning the state title and the girls, which would be awesome, and obviously the first time in school history. Hoggard is the two-time defending conference champions in the Mid-Eastern Conference, and they will be led by two outstanding distance runners in Molly Parker and Shay Hofhacker, who both have led the team to some cross-country state titles and conference titles over the past couple years. So they will certainly compete in most likely the 800, 1600, and 3200, those distance events. Hoggard also has the best hurdlers in River Mead and Ella Feehan, so they should be able to score plenty of points there. Our distance running in this area is so good. I've already mentioned Molly Parker, Shay Hofhacker, but then you've got Olivia Buffalini from Laney. She won the 800, 1600, and 3200 at the conference championship last year. Then Caitlin Obremski finished fourth in the 3200 at the state championships. She's from Topsail, of course, the reigning Coastal Preps cross-country runner of the year. So should be a lot of fun to watch some of those distance events. In the sprints, looking at Michaela Grice from Ashley, who won the 100, 200, and 400 at last year's conference championships. So certainly she is the cream of the crop when it comes to sprints. Jensen Pilati from Topsail, probably the best hurdler in the area. And then we've also got some really good throwers as well returning. Jasmine Colwell won the shot put last year, while Bailey Willard of Laney won the discus and then was second in shot put. So it'll be fun to watch those two kind of go back and forth this year and battle for those discus and shot put titles at the events and meets, and certainly at the conference championship. I think it's going to be a lot of fun this season. A lot of fun watching a lot of these athletes that I see in other sports come out and show their talents, either on the track or in the field events. So should be a good season, and hopefully when it's all said and done, we can have some team state champions, some individual state champions. Would love to see that. Hope you guys have enjoyed all the previews, and looking forward to a great spring season for all of our sports. We're just kind of getting things going here, and so we've got an exciting couple of months coming up, and hopefully we go well into June. And if we do, that means we've got some baseball and softball and soccer teams competing for some state titles. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.